I was checking out your podcast, right? And you made a comment about how you don't like how people use the word pause. Like,
Basically,
what's your issue with people using pause?
no. Real men don't think about that shit all day, like thinking that something they might say can be construed as gay. Um, Somewhere this became a popular little pastime in the hood, you know. For all I know, the CIA could have introduced this shit to us. I don't know. I just know I didn't grow up like that. Like in the 80s, there was no pause. There was no pause amongst live niggas. You know what I mean? And if you said that beat was hard, nobody was like, yo, hey, yo. Nobody said that. The beats was hard. You know what I mean? Like, you be like, yo, he going in. Like, like now anything that you say, these niggas' minds are so programmed to like, cause you don't understand. The mind is a crazy supercomputer. So you don't understand how fast you gotta compute this shit. Like, they hear something, they run it through their supercomputer so fast to see if it's gay. But in order to run it, when you run it through the computer, you have to think about gay to see if it's gay or not. So now you're analyzing what was said. Gee, how can that be a gay act? Boom, right there. Right there. Right when you say, gee, how can that be a gay act? And you think of a gay act that matches what was just said, they won. They won. They won because they got you thinking about some gay shit when you would not otherwise think about that, unless you were gay. So now they're getting heterosexual men to be in the habit of thinking about some gay shit. So that's why I say, just leave all that poor shit alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no homo, ayo, whatever the fuck you call it. Like, that shit was a trick to make you think about some shit that you don't want to be thinking about. And if you really want to be as masculine as you're claiming to be, then you would not say no homo and all of that type of shit. You would act like anybody else that says that they're the one with the problem. They're the one who's thinking gay for even having to say that. So, can real niggas now start bringing that shit back? Like, and there's a lot of dudes that feel like they real niggas that really support the no homo, the pause revolution. You know what I mean? Um, and they might be real niggas, but that don't understand psychologically what's been done to them. And sometimes we just like to hold on to things that are not good for us. You know, you could tell a motherfucker, oh, cigarettes, are not good for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? They're going to still smoke them. You know what I mean? Um, and you could be like, yo, psychologically, they're making you put a phallic thing in your mouth. They don't want to hear that. They still going to smoke these fucking cigarettes. Just like these motherfuckers are still going to say pause, and they still going to act like, I'm not gay. And we're not saying you're gay. I'm just saying they got you thinking about gay. So if you don't want to think about gay, don't play that game. That's all. So I don't play that. Homie, don't play that shit. Now, people will say in defense of it, they'll say in the times we live in, right? The devil's advocate will say in the times we live in that there's so much, you got all these transformers around you and all these dudes that you would call sus, right? That it almost needs to be declared. They feel like it needs to be declared that they're not with the shits. So that's why they say it. That's one of the defenses that I hear. And I'm not going to say that you're 100% wrong, but I feel like the psyops of making you think about gay is worse than trying to put your heterosexual flag down. Like, your heterosexual flag should be within yourself. Like, I don't have to make it known. That should be assumed. It should be assumed. Like, unless you're really doing some that could be construed as suspect, it should be just assumed, man. Again, and this is real niggas I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you funny style niggas. Yeah, maybe y'all have to declare it. But for real niggas, man, anybody in their right mind should just be able to look at you and tell, this nigga ain't on no funny shit. You know what I mean? This man exudes fucking masculine behavior, and you know what I mean? So anything that's coming out of his mouth, I'm not gonna look at it like he's saying some gay shit. Unless he says some shit that's so outlandish and so like can't be taken no other way. You know what I mean? Then that's when it's like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like some of those Biggie lines. If I'd have been in the studio, I'd have been like, whoa! Yo, Big, you sure you want to say that, bro? That was kind of crazy. You know what I mean? But other than that, little so-called innuendos and all this type of shit. Come on, man. You're better off with that's what she said. You know? If you want to take it down, play those games, play that's what she said game. Because at least it makes you think about fucking with broads and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Or a broad wanting to fuck with you or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah, and speaking of Big, you make a good point with that, man. It makes you think what he was thinking. For him to be making the comments he was making. I don't know what was on his mind, man. I don't know if he was fighting demons or what, man. Dude was saying some wild shit though.
Listen, yeah, you asked the question. You just asked the question. Like every time I say something, people want to get upset, and you know, um, but that is a good question, Art. You know, what kind of demons did you have inside you, or what kind of morality? You see, because again, certain lines I would never say in a million years because my morals would not let me say that. You see? Um, so for certain people to cross certain lines, I don't know what would make them do that. I don't know what would lead you down that road, what kind of shit you got going on in there. But it's some shit that I don't have going on, you see? So it's hard to decode it, you know? Now, let me just say something else while we're on this topic real quick, because this is peripheral. Snick Choke No Joke is doubling down on the shit about the fucking the tranny in the video. Yeah, I meant to tell you that too. Because one of these guys that I got here with me right now in the studio, he's the one that said he fucking researched the shit and fucking, oh, yo, I found her on Facebook and she's really a girl and all this type of shit and she's alive. There's people that's doubling down. Now I don't know what the fuck to think about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck to think. It's all suspect to me now. But fuck you, Choke No Joke. I don't give a like. Talk about my gaydar is broke or some shit. Now Choke is my man, but you know what I mean. I still be on some fuck you. You know what I mean? He be like, fuck you, yeah. Peace, God. And that's the thing. If this is true, why wouldn't the girl just come out and say it was her? Why wouldn't the girl, if she really was alive and that is the girl, why wouldn't she come out and say, yeah, this is me? You think this girl wouldn't be starving for attention like everybody else?
I'm sure she
Of
will.
course she would. Why the would she be hiding? And Choke is like, no, because the bitch is dead. Just like we've been heard back in the 90s. And it was a fucking tranny who used to go with fucking Hype Williams and all this fucking shit. He's saying it's exactly what we heard it was. So, I don't know. I challenge somebody to really come with the evidence on that. Somebody said, yeah, you said that's her name, but we don't know that that's really her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know that that's the one. Like, you know what I mean? So somebody said, ask Hype Williams. Yeah, that's what that Choke said. Ask Hype Williams about it and blah, 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 blah. That. Then he's like, what about the girl pissing in the bathroom? I said, well, goddamn, Choke. What was that all about? I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird. Like, why would you put that in a video, bro?
that was super weird. Um,
Yeah, they was on some other shit.
yeah, so he's doubling down. I don't know. Listen, I'm not no investigative reporter on that, you know. Yeah, it was part of me trying to see if I could get LL out of the woods, maybe. You know what I mean? But again, if you get close to the diddly oil, you might get splashed. So, yeah.